Hey everybody, and welcome back. I just got home from RetroWorld Expo in Hartford, Connecticut, at the Connecticut Convention Center, and I had a lot of fun, man. I went 2 days. It seemed like it went really quick. I was just talking to my friend Gamer Amer on the way home, and as she was driving home to her state, and it's crazy. Even though I was there for 2 days, it felt like it went so quick. I went on Friday, and then I went back again on Sunday, and I had such a blast. There was so much there to do, and I had so much fun. My friend CJ set up this bingo game that 5 of us participated in, and we went around the convention for half an hour looking for different items. You're going to see her video soon. Her channel is CJ's Gaming Channel, so look out for that. If you haven't subscribed to her, please check her out and subscribe. Get a hug from Retro Rick.
Been hugging a lot of people today.
Oh,
I've been hugging a lot of people.
Thank you, buddy. You gotta get a picture too. We had a blast doing the bingo. I got invited at last minute to do a panel with a friend of mine, Marcus, and he has a channel as well, which I can't. It used to be, geez, what was it? Votery, something Votery. I'll probably remember at the end of the video or somewhere in the video. And it was the hardest thing for me to stop doing. Another one is. But yeah, we had a great time doing the panel, doing the bingo, game hunting, and I want to show you guys some of the pickups now. The pickup videos are going to be coming, so if you guys want to watch them as I pick them up, you'll see those videos as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this video up first or those videos up first, but everything will eventually come up on the channel. The bingo is the funniest thing. That's all I'm going to say. That was the funniest thing that we came up with, because we all came up with different questions, and I'll probably put a little clip in here of me doing something, of trying to find something or do something. But let me show you guys some of my pickups. So we're going to start off with a big pile right here of just manuals. Now, a lot of these manuals I didn't need, and I'm not going to go through them all and show you guys them all. But there's nothing really crazy in here. But one of the vendors at the very end says you could take them all. Just take them. He just wanted to get rid of them. And there's some decent stuff in here. And then, you know, there's some not so decent stuff in here. So it all depends on what you want, what you're looking for. He took a few really stellar ones out and left me with the other stuff. Some stuff that I will never need. Like Dora the Explorer. But there was a couple manuals in here that I needed that originally brought me to that. And he goes, you know what? Just take them all. So I think I gave him $5 for the group of manuals. That vendor actually also helped me out with the bingo challenge. When I was looking for a game for just $1. And even though this game, Kung Fu, said $10, he actually was kind enough to sell it to me for $1 just so I could get something off the bingo checklist. So that was pretty neat. Also, this is pretty cool. One of my goals of going to the convention was completing some of the games I have. So I have down in my game room, I have a whole bunch of empty cases. I also have a bunch of loose games, and I wanted to complete those, whether I had to pick up the case or pick up the loose game. So I did a couple of those, which is really cool. Helped me complete some games in my collection, get rid of some cases, and also get rid of some loose discs. So this is one of them. One of the vendors had Tony Hawk Underground. Now, this was not the actual game. The game wasn't in here, which was fine because I had the loose game down in my game room. So for $5, I picked this up and I put my game in there, and now this is a completed game. Same vendor, Marvel Nemesis. Unfortunately, this is missing the manual, but I had the game, $3 for the case, and I had the game. I did that. Now I'm going to be just looking for the manual at the next couple conventions. This one here, Mario Party 7. Now this one, the opposite. I actually had the case, and I needed the game. So we got now the game right here, and he was asking $35. It's pretty scratched up. But what I think we need to do is bring this to our local game store. He has a disc resurfacer. I'm gonna have him resurface his game. I bought this for 25 bucks. That completes that game, and I don't even know what Mario Party 7 goes for now, but I know it's more than that. Did pick up a couple games today, and one of the game systems I was looking for, and I pretty much had given up on, was TurboGrafx 16. And it's funny, as I was finishing up my video, all of a sudden, I saw some orange spines like this at one of the vendors, and it was a vendor that I had bought stuff from before. And this is really cool because these are some games that one of them I wasn't looking for at all, and then two of them I was really looking for. One of them is this one here, Vigilante. Picked this one up. We made a deal for all 3 of these games I'm going to show you for $100. TurboGrafx 16 games are now very, very hard to get. I've heard funny things about JJ and Jeff. I've never played it yet, but I've heard some funny stuff. And it says $60 on the cover. I did not pay $60. He worked with me to get a deal. The other one, the one that I was really looking for, believe it or not, you might be surprised at this, is this one here. Now, the reason why, this is World Court Tennis. We had this as a kid. My brother and I had this game as a kid, and I enjoyed playing it. And it was just fun. It's a funny game. You kind of have a overlook of a world, and you basically just start walking with a character, if you remember like the first Zelda. And then basically what happens is you end up in these challenges. You end up coming across a guy and they tell you have to compete against them. Looks nothing like that. But it ended up being a really cool, really fun game. And out of all the games that I bought, this is probably going to be the first game I play. It's going to bring back a lot of childhood memories, and hopefully it's as good as I remember. We have another complete game here. One of my vendors, one of my friends, Ed, had books and books and books of loose discs. I love that. I have one book of loose discs, and he was so well organized. He had books with PlayStation 1 through 4 in it. He had books with Switch games on it, Game Boy Advance in it. He had everything, and it was set up so beautifully. There was a book with Wii U in there, and I looked through all the books, and now I definitely could have missed something. And I had at home Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. This is the greatest hits version. He had the disc. So we now have completed this one. And the cool thing is, I can tell already, it has the manual. This is my case, his game, that completes that one there. That's cool. You know, part of the problem with some of these is there's other versions. So, you know, you want to match them up with the correct one. So you want to match a greatest hits with the greatest hit, a player's choice with a player's choice. You don't want to mix match the cases, which sometimes can make it a little bit more difficult to find games. But, you know, you got to persistence. You stick with it, and you'll eventually find stuff. Another vendor had, which one was it that I picked up? I had Rock Band the case. I picked up Rock Band the loose disc. And you can see, I'll show you guys the difference here. See the difference? See how the one has the maroon case to it and the maroon PlayStation 2 on the bottom of the disc here. And this one has a black case and a black PlayStation 2. I try to keep them flowing together. Another one we did, not a crazy good game, not a game that I'm interested in playing. I'll probably definitely be reselling this one. But I had Final Fantasy X2. I had the case, and I found the loose game. So, nice thing is about that, the vendors are looking to get rid of the loose games or the empty cases. It creates a good deal for them. It works out well for you. This was an interesting one too. And I didn't realize I only had the case. So I didn't have the game. But this one is Namco Museum Greatest Hits. And this is the PlayStation 1 version. And this is Volume 1. As you can see, I have all the cover art. This is not a valuable game. But someone else had the manual. So I picked up the manual. Now we put those together. Now that all we need is the game. Same with this one here. This one here, Crash 2. This is Crash Bandicoot. I love Crash Bandicoot. Greatest Hits version, gray disc. Got the back art. I've got the sides all good up and it's matching. And now, guess what? We found the manual, the Greatest Hits manual. So now this one's complete. It's awesome to feel like I can get rid of these. This one here, Wii Sports. I don't remember where I picked this up. Did I pick up just the disc? I think I picked up just the disc on Friday. Today's Sunday. At Friday and completed this one. So I believe that was just a disc. We also have Mario Party 8. I know this one. I had the case and now I have the disc. So that one now is completed. This one here, Smash Bros. Brawl. Same thing. I had the case. There's the game. Complete box now. This one here, same thing. I had the case. Now we have the game. So this one is complete in box. This is a game that I picked up on Friday for the 3DO. I've never played it. Starblade. Looked like it was okay. I don't know. I watched a couple months ago like the best 3DO games. I don't remember if this was one of them or not. I wrote down a list. And I wrote that list down for a different show. And I've since lost that list. But yeah, we picked this up because I thought it would be cool to add something to the 3DO games. My friend CJ was playing this game at her house a few weeks ago when I was there. Little Nightmares 2. And this is a brand new sealed copy that I bought from a guy named Cruz, and he has a store out in Connecticut, in Vernon, Connecticut. I want to say it's called Cruz Retro. So if you guys are out in that area in Vernon, Connecticut, it wasn't too far from Hartford, maybe 20, 25 minutes at the max. Very nice store, very nice guy. I met his whole entire family, nice people. And he gave me this game for, I think, $15, brand new sealed. CJ looked like she was having a blast with it. It looked really weird. I think this is a game that my daughter might even enjoy playing. So he grabbed this and picked that up. Metal Jesus Rocks. I was watching one of his videos a couple years ago, and he did an Xbox 360 games that he liked on the 360, and one of them here was Blur. I don't remember what the vendor game did for me on this one, but I want to say it was around 20 bucks. It was one of 3 Xbox 360 games I was looking for. I was also looking for the Sega Dreamcast collection, which I was not able to find. Vendor found it later on Saturday, and someone picked it up and bought it before he could pull it. So that sucks. He told me. So it was there. I could have bought it, but I missed out on that. And the other one was Tread. It was a 3-pack. It was Tread, which is a mountain biking game, Splosion Man, and something else was on that one. And I'm looking for that triple pack. But we got one of the 3 games I was looking for, so that gives me other games to find on the next hunt. We're down to our last, oh, that almost went right over. Down to our last 2 items here. And this one here, I wanted to buy a Sega Saturn game. I haven't bought a Sega Saturn game in a little while. And I got Duke Nukem 3D. I love games like Doom and Duke Nukem. They were just a lot of fun. I don't know how this is on the did I say Sega CD? I think I said Sega CD. Sega Saturn. But I wanted to pick this up. I picked it up for the Sega Saturn. Had a nice case. The vendor was very nice, was very generous, gave me a good deal. I think he had an $80 or $90 on this. I want to say I paid maybe $70 for this one. Some of these Saturn games are getting very expensive, as well as the Sega CD games, but the Saturns are the most expensive for the majority of these games. And yeah, they're not going to ever go down. They're going to keep going up, as far as I can tell. So I figured, hey, now's the time to pick it up. I never buy expensive games. I've never bought a $100 game that I can recall. Bought many games that add up to $100, but never bought one specific game for $100. So this is one of the more expensive games in my collection that I can recall that I bought retail. So he gave me a good deal. He also had some really cool stuff at his booth, including a Virtual Boy kiosk. Oh my God, that thing was so cool. And if I had endless amounts of money, I would have picked that thing up. He was asking $6,000 for it. The vendor is from Tampa, Florida. He had amazing signage, neons. He had a neon Game Boy sign. He had an N64 game sign. He had a Nintendo sign. He had some Xbox stuff. He had some cardboard standees like this, but for older stuff. The guy had a lot of amazing and cool items. But the last item, and this isn't in the order I picked up in, was for the Sega Master System. I was trying to add some games to the Master System collection that I have. Global Gladiators. This is actually a McDonald's game. Now, this is a PAL version. Now, the cool thing is about the Sega Master System is it's region-free, which means that you could play a Japanese Master System game, or a European Master System game, or American Master System game, all on the same console. It didn't do at the time what the other companies were doing, like Nintendo, where they're making the cartridges different shapes and different sizes, and they just did something different and made it region-free, which I think is the best way to do it. It probably made the games cheaper to make, too. I don't know why the other companies didn't do that. Why wouldn't you be able to play a Japanese game on an American system? Who cares? Nintendo has now well thought that out later on. I don't know when they started, but I know the Nintendo Switch and the Switch 2 are region-free, so we can play games from Europe and Japan on the Switch. But Nintendo at the time, when the Master System was out for Sega, and the original NES and Super Nintendo, they were not backwards compatible. So this was amazing. And a good example of this is there's Sonic the Hedgehog. Believe it or not, Sonic the Hedgehog is on the Sega Master System. I don't think it's a very good game. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was the Game Gear version, which is not very fast. But the Japanese version, or it's the European version, I think is only like a $25 game. But the US version, I think, is a $100 game. So in that situation, I would buy the European version, the PAL version. So, but that's all our pickups. We had so much fun. I enjoyed hanging out with my friends. It was good to meet some new people. I met some new people. I met Sean. hung out with Marcus, Brandy, Gamer Aimer. I want to thank everybody at the show, everyone who said hi. A couple people called me at the show. Vinny was one of them. Thank you, Vinny, and Joe from Joe Cade. They caught up with me, and unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of time to hang out with other people. We were just so busy with such a packed schedule. I also met Ricky and Aaron from Pixel Gaming Squad, as well as Retro Rick. I met him very briefly as well. And just the people there were amazing, tremendous, a lot of great people, and I had a lot of fun at the show. So hopefully next year you guys get to go when they have it. One day I'm going to be a vendor. I don't know if it's next year. I said that last year. I was going to do it this year. Went through a lot of stuff this year. Hopefully 2026 is better, and maybe we'll be a vendor in 2026. So until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.